As we talk about culture and cultural competencies, we have to look at some of the definitions, such as cultural orientation. What are the elements that compose of cultural orientation? Well, we have to take a look at social, language, spiritual, and family, which also includes race, ethnicity, age, and gender. So in talking about cultural orientation, it's important to understand that one of the client's important relationship is to his and her traditional culture as well as to the larger, more dominant culture. There's some terms that we need to pay attention to: assimilated, non-assimilated, and bicultural. Assimilated means that those individuals that may or may not be familiar with the traditional ways. However, they are most comfortable in functioning in the usual style of the dominant American culture. Then, from my sociological studies, I can recall one of my textbooks noting that by the time an individual comes to America, usually they are fully assimilated by the fourth generation. Now that may vary depending on if the ties are held very tight within that ethnic group, within the cultures of the home, within the value system within the home. But in general, I remember reading in a textbook a few years back that by the fourth generation, some cultures are assimilated completely into the dominant American culture. Non-assimilated group are those individuals that think of themselves in terms of the values and rules of behavior of their group of origin. Bicultural are individuals who are able to function by the rules of either their native or their American dominant culture. So we have three different groups. We have a group who are completely assimilated, who have adopted the dominant American culture. We have those that are non-assimilated, who have stayed true to their native culture. And then you have those that have kind of adapted in playing to their native culture as well as the dominant American culture. So when we're looking at the social element of cultural orientation, we need to realize that an individual that stays true to their value system and their belief system, we're talking about within the social confines, they're the same ethnic group. The activities are ceremonial and of the native culture. Language is native language is used. Spiritual, they participate in ethnic traditional ceremonies. Within the family is the one that defines by customs of the ethnic culture what the definition of family is. Some cultures, they will call each other cousins, and in reality what they are is their friends. However, within that ethnic group, they will call each other cousins because they are defined by that ethnic culture. Another thing to consider is that as clinicians, that we need to try to understand their worldview when we're working with special populations, to develop that empathy and increase the effectiveness as a clinician. We need to try to understand the worldview of the individual that's sitting on the other side of the desk from us.